You win. Perfect score.
Welcome back to another episode of Clue. I decided to do one more just because I like Clue. It's a fun game. Go ahead. We'll do... Well, no, we'll just do another standard game. Maybe some other time we'll try some of these other rules. Clue Cards is pretty fun. Ultimate Detective is pretty fun. I don't know if I've done the retro rules. I think I've done it like once, but it's basically just regular Clue anyways. Of course, we will be Chef White. Okay. Body is dead. We have to figure out who killed him, with what, and where. So we have... Oh, we know that we're innocent. I mean, of course, I'd hope we know if we killed someone. Peacock is going to be the first to play. Let's see where she goes. Solicitor Peacock. Okay, we're in the study, which we happen to know it did not happen in the study, because we have that card. Let's see. Okay, nobody else can help, but we'll say it was not the study. Okay, we learned a little bit of information there. Now it's Mustard's turn. Colonel Mustard. Ooh, he's gonna take the secret passage. Okay, so not the study, but going straight to the kitchen. Okay, he also thinks that he did it. Ooh, okay, but Scarlet, we already know that she doesn't have mustard. So she has either the lead pipe, or the kitchen, or possibly both. You know, we can't rule out the possibility of her having both. So a little reminder that when I'm like marking these things, I use the numbers to just keep track of kind of what was suggested together. And that helps once you start getting like a whole bunch of different things suggested and marked. Oh, wow, that was not a great roll there. Okay, let's end our turn. But that helps to kind of deduce what cards people have later in the game. Professor Plum, where is he going to move? Into the ballroom. And he thinks it was Peacock. Oh ho ho. Oh, but Green disagrees. He knows it wasn't Peacock with the candlestick in the ballroom. We don't know which of those cards he has, but we know that that's not the answer. A 6? Is that enough to even go anywhere? Nope, not quite. So close, he's like right there at the doorway. Okay, that's not a great roll, but, you know, okay, yeah, she's gonna just stay in the ballroom. Oh-ho-ho! Well, I'm afraid that it's not correct. Because we already know that Chef White did not do it. We know that we are innocent. And Mustard has either the rope or the ballroom. Or also still, again, potentially both. We don't know yet. We don't know. A 5. Taking the secret passage again. And if you take a secret passage, you can't, like, also move to another room in that turn. That counts as your movement there. Okay, a lot of people suspicious of Peacock. But we know. Sorry, not this study. It could still be Peacock, though. Okay, Miss Scarlet, where are you going to go? Ho-ho. Alrighty. So now we know he could have Peacock. This is twice now that somebody has suggested Peacock and he's had a card. Right, finally, back to our turn. Where are we, by the way? Okay, we're in the ballroom. I want the kitchen, I think. I think I'm gonna start in the kitchen. I would like to know... I think green has Peacock, but I just kind of want to find out, you know? And let's say something... Let's say something like the dagger that nobody's done yet. Yep, okay. So that confirms it. And I'm just gonna mark... He could still have those cards, but we're marking it as a likely not. He probably just had Peacock. But he could, so I'm not gonna, like, totally get rid of those marks. Okay, Professor Plum, what is your suggestion in the billiard room? Scarlet with the dagger. Oh-ho-ho! Once again, green has the cards. Let me just mark all those. Mayor Green here seems to have all the answers, doesn't he? A little bit suspicious. The dining room. Oh, you think I am a murderer? Well, Colonel Mustard disagrees. Once again, helping to prove our innocence. We might have an ally in Colonel Mustard. Okay. We're having a little party in the dining room. Peacock's joining us here. Who do you think? Oh, suspecting Professor Plum. And once again, okay. I'm gonna mark these with my little red question mark just because... Well, actually, no. No, I am gonna... We don't know. He could still have, like, one of those cards. But this is definitely suspicious, because this is the second time he's had the, something for the dining room. There's a good chance he's got the dining room. And I mean, we're in there already. We might stay in here just to double check, just to see. Okay, he thinks he did it. Can't do much to help. Oh, but Plum has one of these cards, and that's... I didn't mean to mark that off. That's the first time Plum has had a card. Interesting. Mark all those. Scarlet's turn. In the billiards room, okay. Oh, you think I did it? Well, I'm afraid I did not. I'm innocent. Also, I wanted to stay in the dining room. Rude of you to pull me over here. That's not a good roll. That's not we're staying. We're staying in the billiard room. I think it was green with the revolver. Okay, yep. He does have... So he had both Peacock and the revolver. Interesting. That's what I wanted to find out. And we found out what we set out to figure out, so... So far, the candlestick is our most likely weapon, although it could be any of these other ones still. Okay. Interesting. Scarlet. Ooh, okay. And this is interesting. We know we have the haul. So we know Scarlet doesn't have the haul. So either Scarlet has both green and the dagger, or we just found out one of these is going to be the answer. I knew green was suspicious. I had my suspicions about green. The haul. Okay, this could give us some valuable information. Yes, okay, so we have the haul. Now let me just go over... Okay, so... Wait. Ah, there it is. Okay. So you know how I was marking with my numbers to keep track of, like, when they were being asked what? So the third time Mustard had a card, it was Plum, which we now know he doesn't have. The wrench, which we now know he doesn't have, and the dining room. So that confirms that he had the dining room, or he had the dining room. So we can mark that off. Okay, Peacock is in the hall. She's gonna suggest Mustard. Okay. Okay, yeah, we didn't get any information from that, really, because we have the hall. Colonel Mustard's turn. Mustard, wrench, haul again. Yeah, sorry, we've got the haul. That's not the answer. Miss Scarlet, okay. We are still stuck in the billiard room, which I don't really want to be in the billiard room. But, you know, we might stay there. We could still glean some information of whether or not Green has the billiard room. Okay, Plum. Scarlet. Wrench. Ballroom. See if we can get out of here. No. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stay in the billiard room. I'm gonna go... I do want to find out if Green has the billiard room. So I kind of want to ask for things that Green... cards that we know he doesn't have. We know he doesn't have the dagger. We know he doesn't have green. But I could check... Do I want to check? No, we'll go ahead, we'll check green. There's still a possibility Scarlet has both green and the dagger. But let's see. Because green probably has the billiard room. Yep, there it is. Okay. We know you have that. We know you don't have the dagger. You probably don't have Miss Scarlet. Okay. It's not ideal. I would have preferred to move rooms. But we're still finding out information. We now have it confirmed that Green... Ooh, and we now know all of Green's cards. Okay. because we found out everybody only has 3 cards, right? We know that green has Peacock, Revolver, and Billiards Room. So that means we know we can't have anything else. And then here, so it's Mustard, Lead Pipe, Hall. Scarlet doesn't have Mustard. She doesn't have the Hall, because we have that. So now we know that she for sure has the Lead Pipe. Okay, let's see. 2. Okay, yeah, we already knew you had that. Okay. Just making sure that my, my little clue sheet here is up to date. Okay, so it's between plum and green. Between plum and green. Would be the wrench. I do suspect that plum has the wrench, though. Everybody's just kind of hanging out in the hallway today. Mustard also just gonna go sit in the hallway? No, Mustard's gonna the hall as opposed to the hallway. Okay. You think I did it? Have I already showed you the hall? You know it's not in the hall. I'm gonna show you it again. The reminder that these little, like, eyeballs, like, up here, that means that we have shown them that card. We've shown a lot of people the hall. Ooh, okay. That gives us a lot of information. Okay. You could... What is this for? Could have Scarlet. You could have the ballroom. You don't have... Oh, nobody has a candlestick. We just found out it's the candlestick for sure. That means that you have to have the dagger. Okay. And probably... Again, she could still have green. Interesting. Could still have green. Gotta get rid of the... I think that was supposed to be there. Okay. Hang on, I gotta go over this. So, we know you don't have the ballroom. And we know you don't have Scarlet, and that was on the second little suggestion, which means you definitely have the wrench. We know it's not the wrench. You could solve any of those cards. You know, all of your cards. Okay. We are really down to the wire here. Ooh. We could actually stay in the hall. That way we could really figure out who did it. But we still need to figure out where it was as well. We don't have a lot of info on the lounge, so I might go to the lounge. I'm gonna go for green. I really want to know if Scarlet has that card. And as for the weapon, we know that it's a candlestick. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with that. Take that out of the equation. We can only find out about green or the lounge. And Peacock has the lounge. There it is. Okay. We don't really have anything on Peacock here, huh? Okay, let's end our turn. Plum's gonna stay in the hall. Why are you taking me back to the hall? Stop moving me around! Okay, yeah, so Scarlet has the dagger, we have white and the hall. That gives us no information. It just moved us away from where we want to be. Green's taken the secret passage up to the conservatory. We do need to know more about the conservatory. This is still in the game. This is still a possibility. Green thinks he did it. I happen to think you did it as well, but not in the conservatory. There's a good chance that Mustard has the ballroom. Good chance Mustard has the ballroom and Scarlet, actually. It could still be Scarlet. Why did everybody think I did it in the hall? Get out of the hall. Somebody suggests Professor Plum did it. I need to know more about who has Plum, if anybody has Plum. Well, I mean, Plum would have himself, if he is innocent. Yes! Do you have this card? Yes, okay, so Plum, we know he doesn't have the dining room or the revolver, so that means he has to have himself. That means he was totally green. I knew it. I was suspicious of him from the start. Okay, we're stuck in the hall right now. We know it wasn't the dining room. It could still be the No, we know it wasn't the lounge. The library? I want to get up to the kitchen. I suspect the kitchen. What's the dining room? Mustard has the dining room. Okay, so I'm between going to the dining room and going to the library. Because there's still a possibility it's the library, right? But I want to get up to the kitchen, and the dining room is closer. But I'm going library. We might be able to deduce enough without even getting to the kitchen. Okay, it was green. With the candlestick. Okay, Peacock's got the library, and we now know all of Peacock's cards, so we know she doesn't have the kitchen. I am very suspicious of that kitchen. You know, I might just make an accusation next turn, because I don't want to risk any of the comms getting it first. Thinks it was Mustard. Okay, it wasn't the hall. Get out of the hall. Everybody's freaking guessing the hall. Where's Green gonna go? To the study. Oh, wait, this is perfect. Okay, so Scarlet has the pipe, we know that. So because he brought us to the study, that means we can take the secret passage straight to the kitchen. Oh man, thanks, Green. Okay, Peacock in the dining room. Which we happen to know, immediately Mustard is gonna be like, I have the dining room. Yep. Colonel Mustard. He doesn't have his fancy dice this game. He was the one with the fancy dice, wasn't he? I don't know. Miss Scarlet. Ooh, big roll there. Why are these columns obsessed with the hall? She's actually the only person we haven't shown the hall. Get out of the hall. Everybody knows it wasn't the hall. Okay, okay. We don't even need to roll. We're gonna go... Oh, wait. Wait, when did we get to the dining room? Wait, I thought I was in the study. I wasn't paying attention. Gosh, dang it. That was not a good roll. Okay. We're not gonna get any information from this, so... Do I make an accusation? It could still be the ballroom. It's between the ballroom and the kitchen. We know one card that Mustard has. So he has to have... He could have the rope and Scarlet, or he could just have the ballroom. Well, okay. If he just has the ballroom, then he would have to have the kitchen. And that would mean he can't have both the ballroom and the kitchen, because one of these has to be the answer. It could still be the ballroom. I can't make an accusation. I can't make an accusation unless I'm sure. But I really don't want any of these comms to get it first. Okay. Mayor Green. I'm on to you, Green. I know you're the murderer. And he thinks I did it in the study. He's trying to pull me away from the kitchen so I don't find out. But wait, no, the study is the one with the... This takes me straight to the kitchen. He wants me to find out. He's feeling guilty. Everybody just hurry up your turn so I can get to the kitchen. It's between the kitchen and the ballroom, and I need to find out which. Okay, Mustard is going to the hall! You know it's not the hall! I've showed you that you know I didn't do it in the hall! Ugh. The library. Okay, what are we gonna... Mustard. Oh, it was Mustard! Green is innocent? Green is innocent? That's why he was trying to help me. He was trying to take me to the study so I could get to the kitchen and prove that he was innocent the whole time. Oh man. Well, and now that confirms that Scarlet doesn't have the kitchen, because we know what cards, we know all of her cards. We know Mustard has Scarlet. Okay. And that means Plum. Oh wait, we have everything else marked, so Plum has to have the rope. Plum has to have the rope. That means Mustard can't have that. And that means that Mustard has to have the ballroom. It was the kitchen! I knew it! We figured it out! We've solved it! It was the kitchen, but it wasn't Green like we thought. It was Mustard the whole time! We thought he was our ally! Aw man, what a plot twist! Mustard with the candlestick. What a twist of fate that we would solve this in the hall. man, that whole time, we were so suspicious of Green. We thought Mustard was our ally. We thought he was helping us, but it was actually the other way around. That is such an insane plot twist, man. Were we right? It was Mustard with the candlestick in the kitchen. We were correct. There we go. That was a fun game. We'll probably try the other game modes, but we'll probably play some other games first. We'll see you on the next episode of Clue.